I'm joined now by President Obonjo. I'm very well, thank you. I thoroughly enjoyed your show.
Thank you. I have to say that it was touching for you to come to my show. Because you're a comedian, because you're very busy.
Yeah, no, I heard the hype, and I kind of felt the need to go and see it.
Paul, I don't even know where to start from, my friend. I have no idea where to start. I don't know how I survived that hour because it was just so good.
Yes, it was.
I know, and people will think I am being deluded.
No, it was one of the greatest hours I've ever seen.
Factory will get you everywhere. But I think my measure of success was the fact that I only arrived in Edinburgh yesterday. I left home at 5 o'clock, picked up the presidential plane, and even though it took us 5 hours to get here, I arrived at 11:58.
Very slow plane for you guys.
Very slow plane. And then I went straight to my accommodation, checked in, because my butlers were on strike, and then came to my first show. And first show had 55 people in there. In that
room? Yeah, it's a very small room you're in as well. So,
and someone was basically saying, I'm not deluded, but someone was saying to me, we think you need a bigger room.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of too late now to get a bigger room. But I mean,
exactly.
You do.
Because we had to turn people away. And today, same again, even though I lost one audience member. I don't know why. I don't know, you noticed that?
I noticed. I thought she went to the toilet and then just felt awkward about coming back again.
Exactly. But I wasn't upset by that. At least out of one, the whole room was still really packed. But my friend, I am shocked by what was in my bucket.
Okay. And
I told them to leave notes and nothing else more than notes.
Yes, I remember that.
Someone leaves.
Oh, hang on. So show the camera this. Just
Premier in card. Now, I could argue that they're being racist because they probably think, oh, Lenny Henry, kind of, or because he does the adverts.
Sure.
Or maybe
they wanted
something, which I can't. I am a married man.
That's very naughty, isn't it? And also,
please. Don't tell Mugabe.
No. I mean, I'm obviously tagging you on Facebook. We can hide it from her. It's like, no.
It's better to put this on President Obonjo page. But I have to say to you, it was such. I enjoyed it. I think comedians need to enjoy what they do on stage, and I have to say to you, I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? This is my second year in the Fringe, so I'm not saying that I know it all. No. But what I do know is I have got the branding right. Yes,
totally as a character. And as I said to you on the street earlier, that I kind of knew of your character before the Fringe started.
Okay.
Because it's a very distinctive name as well, isn't it? So you've put a lot of energy into your show tonight. I mean, everyone felt hot. It's a hot room, isn't it? I like the show myself, and it's a really hot room. You got a day off this year, or you just going to work through? I mean,
I've got a day off. I have got a day off on the 13th of August, and so I'm going to spend some time watching other shows. I really need to spend some time watching other shows. Because I don't want to do the same that I did in 2015. Even though I did a 2-week run, it was more. I did a 2-week run, but I didn't have any break, so I was really, really knackered. And I didn't know how knackered I was until I got home and I couldn't move from the bed.
Really?
Yeah, I was literally knackered.
Yeah, but so it's only the 6th today, is it? 6th or 7th? That's a lot of energy before that one day off, isn't it? How do you keep yourself sane? Because I've seen you're out all day flying, as far as I can see, and then the show.
But I'm not flying all day.
Okay.
I think that's key. I think for me, it's really important that I don't go stressing myself in terms of what I think I can achieve in Edinburgh.
Of course.
Yes, I am ambitious. I want to take the character to another level. Sure. But my view is that I want to entertain the crowd. And I want to have fun. And I also want to use the opportunity to get to see Edinburgh. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. So.
Anything else is an added bonus.
Does
that make sense?
Completely.
I'm not running around doing guest spots. I'm not running around wanting to see other people's shows because I need to be sane. I'm not the sort of person who goes running around in the morning. Oh, I've got to go and go to
the gym. No,
so I know my body. My body needs to rest.
Of course.
Okay, so this is the second day, so I'm excited. So tomorrow, I'm going to be spending time at home, just relaxing.
Sure.
And come out around 2:00 and I start flying again.
So it sounds like you've actually got the balance right. Because I mean, there's a sense of excess with the Fringe. I mean, we're 2 days in with PBHs. And already I'm feeling exhausted. I've done 4 shows already in that time, and it's too much.
There's a lot of excitement with the PBH. Some have been doing it longer. I think for me, the excitement is the fact that I've only been here for 2 days and I've packed out. And in terms of the number of audience members I've performed to, I've performed to 120 already,
which is amazing because I think everyone seemed to have a good day on a Saturday. Like everyone today,
and everyone seems, Sunday.
And today no one's had a good day apart from you. But so it proves that actually it's not just a Saturday thing. So
but the advice I would give, and I don't know it, I'm not perfect.
No.
I took a risk this year, and I said, okay, I wanted to invest in the Fringe amp. And I think the Fringe amp is actually getting.
Is that actually was?
Because a lot of people, even the Jamaican, my wife, they basically said, "Oh, it was the Fringe amp that got me."
That's interesting to know, isn't it? So it's going to be a long run, isn't it?
It's going to be a long run. And of all the things, to be honest with you, I think the balance has to be right.
Yeah, for sure.
Comedy is not the be and end all. My life is not going to change. My life is not going to end if I don't get to the next level of comedy.
Sure.
What is more important for me is being a decent human being. And having my family. So to be honest with you, as of yesterday, I was missing my family. I still miss them.
You mentioned yesterday.
I was in pain before I went on the show.
Oh dear.
And the show 3 weeks away.
It's
not easy on the children. And,
no, of course.
But after yesterday. My family are important, but when I saw those people and those strangers laughing and telling me how hilarious I was,
it kind of confirms.
It just confirms.
That you're here, you're doing the right thing.
And I sent the photo to my family, and they said, "Oh, Dad, you've got fans now." I said, "Yes, I've got fans, but I'm not on TV yet."
No. I'm sure it's going to be a hugely successful run for you. There's going to be a dip. There always is. Maybe not with you though, because you seem to be that sort of act that always packs rooms anyway. But then is that when you start to realise maybe holiday's the wrong word for it? But are you going to try to enjoy it as much as you can as well?
The key thing for me, like I said, is to enjoy it. Okay. When I wrote this show, The Rise of the Comedy Dictator, as you know, it's about a comedian who's been going on for a number of years, and people have been criticizing that he's not getting anywhere. Audience members really love what he does; they find him funny, and this is very similar. The audience today, and even when I asked them and I said how many people were not enjoying the show, majority of people said they were. So I wrote the show because there's a disconnect, like I said. Audience members find him funny. They can't wait to see me on TV. But for one reason or another, I've not been able to make the next. So how much of this actually is you on stage? I mean, because it's really believable, but it's slightly overblown. But to me, it looks like only 20%. It could be a character, it's really interesting because I have to say, dude, I don't know.
Right.
I really do not know. People have accused me of breaking out of character. So what I did today. Because when I did the show in 2015, I specifically broke out of character and I revealed my name. And But what's really interesting today and yesterday, I haven't broken out of character, but people still see a little bit of
the human side.
Of the human side.
They have to like it, I think.
And I have been criticized for that because they say dictators shouldn't smile. So I was smiling. There were some jokes that didn't work. There were some jokes that worked, and and I had to laugh because I'm enjoying myself.
It's a part, isn't it?
I really don't know when you say how was the percentage. I because I live and breathe the character.
Sure.
And now this is really odd because there's something going on psychologically because I'm talking to you say I live and breathe the character. And at times I talk about the character, or the character talks about himself. You know what I'm saying? So it's all terribly confusing.
There isn't much difference. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Is it your guilty secret almost, or it's the things you want to say but you can't possibly say as Ben that you put into the character?
I think for me it's more about the fact that I said it at the beginning. I created the character because Obama became president, so I was under pressure to become president in my own house.
Sure.
I wanted my wife back because it felt like my wife was attracted to Obama.
So that's
why I created the character. But I didn't honestly know that I was creating, and I'm not being big-headed. I still have a lot to learn, but the brand is successful.
It
and it's so successful that I think I have created a monster.
Yeah, that's totally how I see it. Yeah. A really distinctive monster.
A distinctive monster.
And
that wasn't what I planned. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, that's why I talk about being on the state tour to come and see the Queen, and then I forgot about the fact that I was running a country. I got the bug for comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's even like a sense like when we were crossing the road outside the venue just a minute ago, you're wearing that uniform and you just walk in front of cars, and they were stuck. and genuinely, they were stuck. As long as we were like, no, let them go. And
exactly.
They're trying to stop, but you're just like, no, I'm doing this, and you're kind of completely. It's that uniform must be helping a lot as well.
Look,
you're completely embracing
the uniform. Is like how would I put it? Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
You know when he transforms from being a human being to being Incredible Hulk?
Sure.
That's how I feel when
so it kind of gives you that placebo.
Exactly.
So,
and I know that it has changed me psychologically.
Yeah.
It has. It's
are you worried you won't get back to where you were? Or did you want that even to get back?
Well, I've started because some comedy promoters won't book me as a character comedian because they think that it's lazy comedy,
right?
But actually, they don't think about the fact how creative you have to be to make it
totally.
work. Because it's not, you know, what really insults me is that people think I'm just wearing a uniform and I'm not cracking jokes. You heard the jokes that I did today.
Yeah, totally.
So my view is, I do straight stand up as well as myself. Yeah, and it's so fucking confusing now.
I'm all over the place now. But
it's okay. And it doesn't need to be edited because this is what the character is all about.
It's just completely.
And that's why I wrote the show in 2015. He's taking over my life. So my view is that that's it.
So they don't realise, because as a character comedian, surely it's about hit rate, isn't it? And if you're getting laughs as president of Obonjo, that's as a comedy promoter, they want people to laugh. That should be the end of it. You would have thought.
Yeah, but I think don't forget the comedy promoters have taste.
Yeah,
comedy promoters. People need to remember the comedy promoters are just like any human being. You know, they've got comedy is subjective. So if they don't like character,
and it's also a business as well.
And it's also a business as well.
Yeah, sure. So,
but I have to say that I have started a movement. And you saw that today.
I saw that.
Yeah, you know, I haven't got a big promoter.
No.
I'm not in a big venue.
Sure.
Nobody has written to say, top 20 Fringe shows to see, the recommended shows. You will never hear anything. But I have started a movement.
It's a cult following almost.
Exactly.
And
this is what scares me.
Because it's growing, isn't it?
It's growing. It's day two. And eventually what will happen is that I will have repeated audiences.
And
I call them Obonjoists. It's a cult.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to see the show in week 3. I'm going to see it again, genuinely. I just want to see, because there's a lot of improvisations to say during the show.
Yeah.
I've got lots of mates up in week 3, and I'm going to bring them along and just see what they make of it. Because I think it's baffling in a really lovely way. Actually,
it's crazy.
It really is, which is how comedy should be, especially in
I don't know, because we had this discussion about shows being scripted. And I try my best to script the show. But at times I just see things in the room and I just say, like, for example, you saw those 2 black women who were there and we were laughing. And my show next year, hopefully, if I can do it, is that black people don't find me funny. And those 2 black women were finding me funny. And I just thought, I had these 3 black people in my audience. Get them involved. That's why I brought that girl on stage.
With the white girl.
And I thought there was something magical about relationships. This black man who has a white woman next to him, and a black woman is saying, which one do I actually want?
But I did wonder, do you do that every night? Can you say that on here or not? Is that something
I do that every night, but I always do that with predominantly my audiences are white. So I always do that with a white woman.
Of course.
It so happened that there was a black woman.
Because it looked like a beautiful sight. I thought, I know it's not scripted, but that bit almost seemed too perfect. The way that ended there, I thought he's thought this through, hasn't he?
No, but that is scripted. I always leave the stage with a woman.
No, but with the 2 women, and that was so one white, one black.
That was improv.
Oh right, okay. Because that to me visually it looks fantastic as well. And kind of this whole community that you're creating here.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if you're black or white.
Exactly. You're bigger together.
And I was really, really I meant everything I said. That people say to me that I always marry a white woman on stage.
Yeah.
But look at tonight.
Yes. So it's our time. Can you do you plug your show again?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the name is President Obonjo of Laughter Republic. We are a nation that is growing. We will accept American refugees because we're not happy with the elections. We will also accept British refugees after you get out of Brexit. So come to my show. It's not a show that anyone is recommending because it's fake news. They will not recommend my show. It's called The Rise of the Comedy Dictator, and it's on the it started on the 5th up until the 27th. I'm taking the break on the 13th. It's at the Waverley Bar at 6:15. Please come to the show. It's packing out, and there's no guarantee unless my people talk to the PBH people, and if they agree, they might move me from that venue and get me a bigger venue. But for now, I am grateful that people are coming to my show. It's different. It's something that you will never see on TV unless I get a sitcom, and that is very, very unlikely. We even have our own currency, Laughter Republic currency. So please come to my show. I'm out. Give it up for Paul as well. Paul is a good comedian. For him to have come to my show and to come and watch me, and I know he's having a fantastic run, so go and see his show too, Paul Richards.
Thank you.
And it's really important. We are a community.
Yeah.
People say I don't behave like a dictator, that I'm too community spirit. Come to my show. It's free, but make sure you pay. If you don't pay, I will find you and I will kill you.
Thank you so much. So recording with earphone mic, that makes sense because I should know this by now. This is the ninth I've done.
The smallest microphone everyone's ever seen.
Biggest hands holding them as well. So I've got Lily Phillips. Hello, Lily. Or would you like to be called the Ruby Darling? Or what's
I
the
would
deal
like
here?
to be called Lil Darling.
Lil Darling, very clever.
Sex beast. No,
Sex
just
beast,
Lil
okay.
Darling.
Which I think already the tone for your show has been established during this.
Yeah. I mean, we were the Ruby Darlings. The Ruby Darlings is kind of a, I would say it's like a company now. So
like French and Saunders, or
like
totally
totally
more sexual,
like, more sexual, less TV worthy.
Equally as good as in quality, I'd say, but just the nature of the show.
The topic is late night.
So I remember seeing your show the first year you were up here, 2013, and I saw your show twice, and I felt really creepy seeing it a second time.
We thought you were very creepy.
Thanks, because I totally am.
It's mainly because you were touching us, I think.
But I sat in different places, which kind of makes it okay. I sat in the back, and I was supposed to say dribble, but that sounds weird. You know what I mean? So this has turned very dark early on. So
it's interesting. We get a lot of men coming again and again, and I'm sure a lot of the time it is for
quality of the
reasons.
script. The quality of the material.
And nothing to do with the dresses we wear or the makeup we wear or anything like that. But I do think they do connect with it. I mean, that's me being really naive.
I'm going to see your show this week. I might see it tonight, and I kind of, I feel, actually I can't confess that, but tomorrow I might come and see it, but already I know now what you're thinking about this. And
we've got a few stalkers.
I'm not a stalker.
You've just been added to the list.
Thanks.
Definitely. I mean, what defines a stalker at the Fringe? I think there's different rules at the Fringe.
Stalker or fan? I think that's
I think fan.
I think you're also underestimating the quality of your actual work that you do on stage, rather than just the costumes, which are. We haven't seen this current show, but I've seen the poster, and it's that sort of thing.
But there is less nakedness this year.
I can't be asked this year.
Yeah, not to disappoint anyone, but men do come like rubbing their thighs, thinking they're gonna get something out of it sexually, which they are, but for different reasons, don't they?
Oh, that sounds like a disease.
They're going to learn more, and then can be better men.
Be better men for it.
They'll be educated.
Okay. That's good, because it's been a while for me, so I need to actually. I shouldn't be in the podcast, but I kind of need to sort of refresh.
Yeah,
shall we say?
I kind of take everyone on a journey into my vagina and then out the other side. Awesome. Hopefully with
businessmen over
listening.
there. It's like
I hope they come. I'm going to fly them after the
really?
Yeah. They probably really need to come.
So we're in a really quiet hotel bar. This is lovely.
Did you? Where's the background music gone? Was there any background music?
No, they just heard what you were talking about, and they just made it as weird as possible, wasn't it? But
it's a good story for them, isn't it? Brighton up there.
Yes, I think so. But also, you got it's educational as a show, as well as being very, very funny.
Very much so. It's very much a kind of exploration of all things related to femininity and sex and lots of taboo subjects that aren't really discussed. I try and find a funny way of having a dialogue about them with the audience. Getting people to say the word vagina is actually more difficult than I...
And you're still doing the Say No, you have to say the full thing, but the Say No song, is that in there?
We are doing the Say No song, which is kind of it's become a bit of an anthem. Which is, it was one of the first songs we wrote about 4 years ago.
It's actually in my head right now, it's really annoying.
But I've actually tried to stop doing it. Not the act that it's talking about. I've tried to stop doing the song because I'm quite bored of it, and I think the material's changed a lot since then. I think that's a certain type of comedy, and it's still loads of fun and it's silly, and if you take it with a pinch of salt, then it's all good. But what I'm kind of doing now is slightly different. So I've tried to not do it, but then I have. If I put another song at the end, I get people shouting out. I can't say it, can I? But
you can do. They just go,
what about the anal song?
That one there, the naughty bottom song.
And then I have to do it, so I'm just going to be singing it until I die.
Oh dear. I mean, imagine you at 65 singing that song. I mean, that's still work,
that would be great.
It would, actually.
I hope so, and that's what I want to do with the show. I want it to progress as I do, so each thing I experience, then I can start talking about it in a candid way that I do, and like menopause and things like that. Like I'd love to be still in a position where I felt like I could talk about something like that and maybe discuss it in a way that it isn't being discussed, so that people are talking about their menopause and how horrible it is. Because I've been finding out about it. Apparently, it's just like the worst period of your life.
Really?
It's like
the mid-40s.
It's like a celebration. Well, it's different for different women, but it's like you'd think it would be a celebration of your periods ending, and you can actually just like leave all that fucking shit behind and become a normal human being for a bit. But actually, it just gives you like years of like the worst period, all the symptoms of a really bad period, constantly, as like a final like hurrah to your menstruation and.
It's sort of final blowout type thing. I'm learning a lot from this one. It's the most educational episode we've done.
I got more.
So do you ever get so your flyers are quite sexy. I'm trying to get a better word for that.
That sexy.
Really? It's that's quite sexy. I mean, show the camera that, and that's. I mean, admittedly, it's compared to previously.
This is a moon cup. It's a tiny one because this is a tiny. Photo, but they're actually bigger than that. Or that would be like a tiny moon cup for a mouse.
So a moon cup's mouse. A mouse.
I mean, but I'm covered up. Maybe that's what I was saying. Like the first poster we had, we were in our underwear. And it's a hard show to market because it's for women, but it's also sexy and it's cabaret and it's got that kind of style to it.
It kind of brings around to sort of a question. So I saw a show years ago called Tits and Blood, and there was no tits or blood in it, and I was gutted. And it cost me £8. And it was just this weird, wanky drama thing about is it theatre? Is it not? Of course it's theatre. It's on stage.
So they just use that to kind of shock
get you in.
People and
you can't complain about that, can you? I can't suddenly go, I paid £8 worth of tits. It's not going to happen like that.
But it would only be interesting if then they were discussing the fact that you'd thought, like if the show went on to discuss and explore the idea that you'd been drawn to that because of what's going on with you, and actually reflected it back on you.
Because I'm a man, and it was just absolutely totally
running the world. That would be interesting. But I guess if it's just deployed to get people in, then
very naughty, isn't it?
I just think you're trying to be authentic. You're trying to be true to what your show is, but at the same time, you are your show. So it's really hard for you to know how someone else is going to look at this flyer, and how they're going to perceive your show, and whether they're then going to come to it.
I mean, do you get dirty old men in the audience? On this one so far with this flyer, I mean, you're 2 days in.
I'm 2 days in. Last night I did have a slightly creepy guy who, when I told him, I do a bit where I say that it's 52% women in the world, and that 2% equals to 150 million more vaginas in the world and penises. And he was in the front row, so he And actually the girl
wondering why you can't get one still. Yeah.
Exactly. There's so many out there. Why can't you grab one? I'm like, God, I should have said that.
Yeah, perhaps not grab one. I mean, that's kind of
that's grab one. That's what Donald does.
But
it was a weird action, rubbing his hands together. So I had to shut that down quite quickly. But because you don't want to alienate men, and probably he really needed to be at a show like this, and by the end, hopefully had a.
Did you tip well at the end? Did you put in a lot of money or?
I don't think I noticed actually. I was trying to just see where his hands were.
And
I give people stickers and stuff, so the ending is always a bit of a fluster. And I'm not in my underwear at the end.
Okay, yeah.
I stay fully clothed. Well, I show people my pants.
Fair play.
But that's it, you know.
Technically a free show to see your pants. I mean, that's kind of. It's not that sort of show, but
it's not. It's very.
But do you walk in sometimes to an audience and look at them and go, "Oh dear." This, on previous years, you just walked in. Okay, this isn't going to. They look really seedy as a room, or they're not for me. They look too sheepish, perhaps, or.
No, I don't actually make any judgments on them.
No, because I judge audiences all the time.
Do you?
I write off most shows I do. I walk in and go, "Oh, what's the point?"
I mean, I would only do that in terms of size. Like if there was hardly any people in there, I would be aware of that, and I'd be aware that I have to work a lot harder. This is going to be a different kind of show to what you're used to.
But say like a stag party walked in or something, would you be like, "Oh dear, this isn't."
Yeah, I think, but I think after doing it for all this time and always doing these kind of subjects, you get used to those kind of people and how to handle them.
Yeah.
And usually, quite quickly, I don't actually need to do anything. The material frightens them to death anyway. So they're sort of stunned, and they're like, then they don't say anything. So no, I mean, I try not to judge, and what I love about the Free Fringe is that you get such a mixture, such a diverse crowd.
You love that, do you?
You're not preaching to the converted all the time.
Of course,
You can sit with a room of feminists and all go, but then you're not really doing anything. I mean, we'll all have a great time, but I think it's more interesting when other stuff goes on, especially when you're doing a show that you speak to the audience quite a lot and address them, and it's quite collaborative. So that makes for a more interesting show. I sound like a wanker.
You don't. I mean, talk to a man who does a jazz show every day to two people, so it's fine.
I forgot. You're a wanker.
Yeah, totally. But so you put a lot into your show, so you work really hard on it, and you must be knackered already. It's just 2 days in, and so how are you going to be? You're here till the 16th, so we'll try and get yours on out the first episode, I think. And so, how do you stop at all, or are you just completely on this Fringe buzz the whole time? Do you have a happy place you go to? What's Lily's happy place? Lily happy place. I can't say it, but you know what I mean. It's been a long day.
Well, it's quite interesting because it's the first time I've done it on my own, so I've kind of had a lot more time actually to myself, which because I need that time. I need some time just in a room on my own, wherever it is, at some point in the day. Else I go completely insane. I don't actually like people that much. I
can't stand them.
I feel quite.
I genuinely hate them.
I feel quite drained a lot of the time, and I feel like I need to re-energize. But it's quite good because where I'm staying is with this old couple who are very lovely. They like to keep themselves as well, so we all kind of go into our separate rooms. But one of the nice places is the toilet, actually, because they have a toilet cat. So basically, the cat flap is in a window of the toilet. I don't really know why. I haven't really got the full explanation out of it, but basically the cat then thinks that the toilet is its domain. So it controls that space. So when you come into it, he's looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing in here? And then you obviously go and use the toilet and things like that. So he likes to watch you and things like that. It's very strange. Strange. But now I've kind of got used to it. I find it quite calming. And he's just here and you're just on the toilet. So like you're alone, but you're not alone. Is
he an aggressive cat, or is he like really territorial?
He was aggressive when so he likes to watch and stay in the room when people go to the toilet. But as soon as I took my clothes off to have a shower, he scarpered immediately.
Really?
So that was really painful. It didn't do much for my self-esteem.
No, even the cat is
the cat will not watch me take my clothes off. So I won't be starting a relationship with a cat.
No,
that's the motto.
Good to rule them out.
But it is quite a calm toilet experience.
Yeah,
if you see what I mean. So that was a weird answer.
That's my favourite answer so far. Like, I was chatting to someone the other day. He just said that he just shuts off people. He does his show and then sits in his flat and he does his show again. And he watches telly and stuff. And it's really. And I think I'm at the biggest arts festival in the world. I should be out here embracing it. I think I've embraced it a bit too much so far, to be honest. And I can't do that for 3 weeks as I'm old. But it's. Are you intending to like sort of let go a little bit? And go,
yeah, like I've been really kind of focused these last couple of days. Professional. Very professional.
So professional.
I've hardly drunk a thing during the show. I'm like really well behaved, and then like an hour before the show, I have like a glass of wine the size of my head, right. And I'm like, oh, maybe this was the wrong way around.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, that's fine. It's kind of that kind of show. It's pretty loose. But yeah, I think tonight actually I'm gonna have a few drinks after the show and really let go. And actually, because I'm on my own this time, I'm being a lot more sociable.
Of course, yeah.
Because I'm actually like having the time to
have to find some new friends.
I'm more desperate this year.
Yeah,
whereas me and Rachel just kind of like stuck together as our two, like we came as a unit, and now I'm just like free.
Like on Friday when I bumped into you, and like, hi, she's never normally like this. It's lovely. It's
I know. It's really, I'm an independent woman now.
Yeah, really but you're missing Rachel a lot, I'm sure.
I am. I'm missing the support. I'm missing the sounding board. I'm missing, because you come off the show and you just. All you've got is your own mind and your own thoughts.
It's dangerous, isn't it?
Which is not a good place to be, and you can send yourself into a pit of despair very quickly.
Which kind of, that's time and stuff here. Where are we on? It's a good one. Sorry. No, this is lovely. It's
you
nice.
Can edit it out, can't you?
No, I'm not going to edit it. That's be raw.
Especially cat.
No, I think that's my highlight. I might even go with the trailer for the show.
I think the real cat's name. It's just toilet cat.
Toilet cat. But if we chatted off air, you know what I mean? Beforehand, it's crazy with a £6 microphone.
It's like a tiny little black nipple.
Just like that. Like a little black nipple, yeah. And so doubting what we do very, very quickly before we finish. I mean, probably not a way to end the show. But but we were sort of saying before, like, they might just get a proper job at some point, or and then we snap out of it again. Hopefully,
I mean, it's like that, obviously, isn't it? And I think the older you get, which is what we were talking about, because I'm about to turn 30, which is very worrying.
It's just nothing at all.
And I know, but it presents these questions that you feel like you should have kind of sorted by now. And so maybe when things don't go as well as you'd hope for, they have more weight because you should be somewhere else. Whereas when you're younger, it's kind of all part of the fun, isn't it? But this, you really analyse and think and go, actually, am I terrible?
Well, you're not, because all your reviews are on the flyer and it's going really, really well, clearly. And I've never seen you have a bad fringe. I mean, and you must go into it thinking about another good fringe now, because you've built this brand, it's Ruby Darlings.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to do it on my own, and I kind of feel like it's another. You're always trying different things, aren't you? And you don't want to come back to the Fringe each year, and obviously you're the king of that. Doing different things and really challenging yourself.
Really unprepared shows that no one goes to.
That's the beauty of them, and it's scary to do all those things. But I think you have to find new paths with it to see what else, to see how better you can be, because. I would never have done a solo show to begin with. I needed that kind of journey through having the band and having another person to actually be able to even stand there and talk for an hour, just me. And you never think that maybe some people do, but you never think that you're enough to do that. Standing there. Like, why would anyone watch you for an hour?
When I see an audience walk in, I think, what do you want from me? What's the deal with it? There's so many other shows that are better.
Yeah, and there's no spectacle anymore. There's like nothing going on. There's nothing on the stage. I'm just like,
it's just
fuck, and it's terrifying, isn't it?
It really is. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
No, but also there's a liberating factor in that, and I think that's good. The older you get, like, you know what you want more. I know what I want to say more in this show. I think when we first came, we were very confused about feminism and what the kind of messages.
A lot of us still are having it. Like,
I haven't figured it all out, of course, but I do feel a lot more secure in that and who I am, so I'm enjoying that part of getting older. It's just the big life questions of like, what the fuck am I doing with the rest of my life?
Well, you're doing this, and this will be your life, won't it? World domination will. This is going to be. So you got a review in soon as well. That's cool.
I had one last night, and hopefully they'll respond to it. I think it's. I'm happy with it. So.
And you're in a good room, and it's a nice setup and all that stuff.
Yeah, and the venue are like they're so lovely and supportive, and I feel great about that. And the audiences generally are just lovely as well. So we can all just talk about my vagina together in a safe space. Yeah. I've actually had the room temperature set to the exact temperature of the inside of my vagina, just to make it properly authentic.
I mean, I'm going to see the show tomorrow night, but that's going to be playing on my mind now.
I'll probably say it tomorrow night.
Thank you so much. Do you want to plug your show again quickly before we finish Vertical, and probably wave the fly or something? I don't know. That's
it's called The Ruby Darlings. And
just want to say no on the back. So you are definitely keeping that song in, aren't you?
I just can't get away from it.
You love it. I think in fact it's on your flyer. You love it.
I don't know. It's a curse. Anyway, the Ruby Darlings, Lil Darling, which is me, Lady Power. So I'm not Lady Power. Some people have been thinking I'm called Lady Power.
Mrs. Power, who happens to become a lady.
Exactly, that's too gangster for me. Definitely don't live up to that title. And it's at 10:30 p.m. at the Voodoo Rooms, which is in the New Town. It's an over 18s venue, so don't bring your kids.
Most of them are. It's an over 18 show as well, isn't it? I think.
Is it what?
It's an over 18 show.
I'd say so. Although I think if I could go back in time and watch my show as a teenage girl, I would have a lot more stuff figured out. Because there's so much we're not talking about as teenagers, and then you just live in your own world of thinking that you're a weirdo.
Yeah, which a few of them turn out to be.
That's true.
And then they do the Edinburgh Fringe.
They can't be saved.
And we get through it somehow.
We do.
On that bombshell. Thank you so much, Lily.
Thank you.